So it is Tuesday, I would say morning. It's now lunchtime. We've had to wait most of the morning for the rain to clear. It was absolutely bucketing down with gale force winds earlier on, so we're just now leaving Debert House. So it's a perfect hub actually from its location, but Margaret and the team really looked after us. It's a lovely hotel, the food's good, the people are nice. Charlie, happy with this place? Yeah, it's really sound of the pound. Yeah, really lovely place. So if you're here, Debert House, Kilmallock, come and pay them a visit. And now we're off to Sprocket and Hubs, which is a great name for a bike shop. That's in Adair, so we're moving just out of Munster, but it's close enough for us to have a ride, see what the weather's like, what the road conditions are like, have a chat with those guys, find out what they're all about, and then we're going to head back to our next stop, which is Nire Valley Eco Camp, and in doing so we will go through or past Cahir Castle, so we'll stop there and give you a look around that. But hopefully now it's going to stay grey, but it's going to be dry for the rest of the afternoon. Fingers crossed. So Kilmallock, actually a very old town. You can see there part of it used to be a medieval walled city. Bits of it still exists. There's a gatehouse there, and you see bits and pieces in between buildings. There'll be a big piece of medieval wall. Nice place. I think there's a lot of horse trading that goes on here in the proper sense. Really good place to for a hub, because from here you can head west down to the Ring of Kerry and all of that down there. You can head down to the south coast pretty quickly, or you can head east deep into Munster Vales and up into the mountains there. So a really good location, and a nice little town too. Anyway, we're going to take the quickest route to Sprocket and Hubs, which won't be that scenic, so we'll catch up with you there and we'll have a chat with the guys. This kind of crept up on me. I didn't have time to switch the camera on, but we're at Sprocket and Hubs, which is a great name. I think anybody who used to watch Miami Vice will get that reference straight away. Thankfully the weather's picked up. Look, there's even some of that blue stuff up there. Charlie's in his jeans, I'm in my trousers. Life is good.
Sprocket and Hubs was set up back in 2015 by husband and wife team Chris and Elaine after they turned their backs on successful engineering careers to open up a motorcycle dealership. It's since become a biker's hub in the region, and as well as selling the full range of Royal Enfield and BSA motorcycles, they also have a very well stocked shop, a full service workshop and a rental and tour business that runs alongside it too. It's a very deceptive place because from what looks like quite a small operation from the outside, once you get inside you realise just how big it is and how much stock they hold. Charlie and I spent a good couple of hours getting to know Chris and Elaine, drinking tea and chatting about bikes, the local area, their backgrounds, and what was a common interest between Charlie and the guys, their love of traditional Irish music.
And of course, it's an absolute audience song,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
It's the song that the whole audience
You just want to sing along.
I don't sing. They're singing it in the background. You just stopped. You went, am I fucking singing this or you?
Yeah.
So just a little bit of an addition now, Chris and Elaine have very kindly allowed Charlie to take a BSA Gold Star out, and I'm joining Chris in that Watsonian sidecar just to do a bit of filming. This could be fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, our glorious leader, Mr. Tony Walters, about to use this new filming technique, previously unknown.
This is the world's biggest GoPro mount.
so that was Sprocket and Hubs. If you're in or near Adair, definitely worth popping in, seeing Chris and Elaine. Really lovely people. It's a fantastic shop. You can get pretty much everything you need in there, including rental bikes. So if you're in the area and you want to go out for a ride, they've got Royal Enfields available to rent. I think they can even provide the kit for you as well if you haven't got any of that with you. So we're now leaving here, heading back through Adair to Cahir Castle. So we're going to have a quick look at Cahir Castle, maybe get a cup of coffee and a cake, and then we're on to the Eco Lodge in Nire Valley where we're staying for 2 nights. We've just had to stop and put the waterproofs on because the rain was getting a bit too heavy, and in the time it's taken us to put our waterproofs on, it stopped raining. Welcome to Ireland. This is downtown Tipperary. I'm not going to do the joke because I've done it before in my previous videos, but we've kind of caught it at rush hour, and then the next stop will be Cahir Castle, which I mispronounced horribly on my last video, and I'm probably still not quite getting it right, but I'm not going to do an Irish accent. This is probably Tipperary, not its best light because it's jammed with traffic. Unfortunately, our luck with the weather has run out again, and it's been bloody windy in sections as well. And again, if you've seen my previous Ireland videos, we stopped here for a coffee, but this time we'll have a look at the castle. I've been told we're not allowed to film inside, not sure why, so we'll have a look at the outside. I'll give you a little bit of history on it, and then from there we're on to our night's accommodation. I think we're going to nip into Clonmel tonight for a drink and something to eat. And there it is. And there's parking spaces just for us. So behind me is Cahir Castle, which is one of Ireland's largest and most well-preserved castles, built by the O'Brien family in the 13th century. It was then handed to a chap called John Butler, who became the Earl of Ormond. Essentially he helped Edward III, and because of that Edward III granted him this. The Butler's family allegiances changed in 1542 when they sided with the Roman Catholic Church during the Elizabethan Wars, and the castle was thought to be impregnable when it was built because of its design. But they didn't think of some of the boys coming over from Essex, and in 1599 the Earl of Essex came over and the castle fell and they took control. It had a checkered history. During the Irish Confederate Wars it was besieged twice, and then again in 1650 it was taken by Oliver Cromwell. It's been the home of the Lord Cahir, and that continued until 1961 when the end of that lineage died off and it was handed over to the state. And it's now a nice place to come and visit. You can do guided tours, although I don't think we're going to do that today. So we've now just got the last 5 or 6 kilometres into the Nire Valley Eco Lodge. Looks like it could be quite a scenic road. Thankfully the rain is just spitting, but looking forward to seeing what the accommodation has in store. Folks, sorry, a bit bleary-eyed, a little bit croaky. Just got up, but it's Wednesday, so day 3 in Ireland, day 4 of the trip, and this is where we stayed last night. Absolutely beautiful spot. This is the lodge or cabin that we stayed in. What a fantastic thing. Really comfortable, slept really well, very quiet. I say very quiet. It absolutely blew a hoolie last night, to the point that I could feel the cabin moving a little bit. Absolutely horrendous, but that seems to have blown its way through, and we now have some blue skies with a little bit of cloud. The forecast looks now to have changed. What was going to be a really patchy day of rain looks like it now may be largely dry, well, certainly in this area, and we got a loop that's not huge today. Right, so let's take you in and give you a look around. It's a little bit untidy because I've unpacked all my stuff last night. We went into town, got a takeout, came back to eat. So self-contained little unit. You've got a nice little veranda with a couple of chairs, nice balcony. What was that balcony veranda? Here you've got a little gas cooker if you want it, with all the utensils in. There's a cool box that acts as your fridge. In this door here is the bathroom. Hello. Bit steamy because I've just come out of the shower in there. And this is the room, so you've got a nice big bed, plenty of space to unload all of your stuff. There is a little loft area with another bed up there, so if you come with the kids or you come with a mate and you want to share a cabin, there's another bed up there with just like a little loft ladder that you pull down. And this is the view out of the picture window. Really lovely place this is. Had a really good night's sleep, really comfortable. I didn't need to put the heating on, it retains the warmth in here. And when you switch the lights out, it is pitch black. Absolutely, if you want to get away from it all, this is the great place to come. There's no Wi-Fi here. There is a bit of a 5G service, but there's no TV in the room. There's nothing like that. This is a chance for you to come away, decompress, stay in nature and have a really good time. So as usual, I'll put a link to all the accommodations in the description down below. But this is a really good hub. As I say, we've got 2 nights here, but it's a great hub to use to tour this area.
Ruth, the owner, drops down a breakfast basket in the morning which had freshly made homemade bread. There was fresh eggs from the hens, fruit, yoghurt, apple juice, the full works. How the devil are you?
I'm absolutely marvellous on this beautiful morning.
Did you sleep well?
I like a log, mate. No pain whatsoever. It makes a refreshing change at my age. Should have a plastic utensil, not a metal one.
Master Chef with Charlie, yeah. Day 3, day 4 for me, I think. Yeah,
Day 3 in the Clonmel House.
And I haven't introduced Charlie, so those, I'm sure everybody knows Charles Dale, the stage and screen actor. But if you don't, go and look at, well, if we start, I can't list them, you'd be better. So Coronation Street for 2-3 years before your character was
about 18 months.
About 18 months. And then your character was killed off?
I was killed off. I got back and worked for the BBC, so they killed me.
Okay, that's fair enough. Casualty, 8 years.
8 years.
And then you were in the Lakes, the Pembroke murders.
Yeah. Pembrokeshire Murders, The Ferryman in the West End and Broadway.
Yeah.
I worked for a company called the English Shakespeare Company for several years, but we travelled around the world, which was amazing. Basically, every bit of old British telly, you name it.
Unforgotten was another one, yeah.
All over the place, really. Touring. I think at one point I played Bath Theatre Royal more than any other actor in the country. I think I'd played it 11 times.
Wow. And still going strong.
Yeah, I'm still here. Still here, survived COVID, just about. As all actors did.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get any support at all.
No.
And our industry went, now we're closed.
Yeah.
So, it's still difficult. It's still difficult for a lot of people out there. Things have changed. Obviously, insurance is more difficult. If somebody gets COVID, you have to close down. It's just, and you can lose 3 days filming while everybody's tested.
Yeah, that's tricky.
So it's very tricky. At one point, and obviously I wasn't there, post-casualty, my friend who'd worked in casualty for years, up in the office, she got a job as COVID monitor.
Oh, really?
And they had to shoot it in a way where everybody was 2 meters apart. So you'd have to put the camera in a certain position so it made it look as if they were standing like that.
Right. Okay,
Whereas in fact they were standing like that.
Ah, okay.
And she was given a 2 meter pole.
So she came around
And she literally goes, no, back, go back, back. There we are. I mean,
Did that need to be a 2 metre pole on the end of a 2 metre pole though?
No, she was technically up, but I presume it did. They had to film that completely out of distance. And Steve, who did the...
Sounds like a Heinkel.
Mouldy ball! Isn't that pretty? I had no idea what it was when he said yesterday. I thought, you know, because I'm thinking Heinkel bubble cars and Messerschmitt bubble cars and that sort of thing.
I like that. So what size is the motor?
175.
175.
Now, flat out, perfectly level. You might hit 50. It's an old design, but
I love the look of them.
yeah, I mean, this is the only reason I bought this one is because, you know, I'm such a big gumper. I look like a cat riding a scissors on a regular, you know, on a regular scooter.
Yes, yeah.
I needed something substantial. Yeah, it would never be my first choice of colour, but actually, the more I live with it.
Hey, I thought you were a professional, Charlie.
What's that?
You just walk right across the front of the shot.
Yeah, it gives it a bit of colour.
Before we headed off on our day's riding, I took the opportunity to sit down with Paul and Ruth to find out a little bit more about the Nire Valley Eco Camp.
I suppose the main things that people can expect when they come here would be peace and quiet, access to the cameras, access to nature. They'll always get a warm welcome. One of the things offered at Nire Valley Eco Camp is a hearty breakfast, which is local produce, homemade produce. Again, trying to just fit in with sustainability and keep that ethos of sustainability.
We're located in a place which is, as you've seen for yourself, it's quite untouched. There's not much you can see except countryside from your windows, and all the cabins have these beautiful picture windows. So people really feel like they're in, even when it's raining, they feel like they're in the space. They feel like they're outdoors, which is how we've designed it here. So we blend the indoors with the outdoors, and everything is relaxed.
And relaxing it certainly was. But it's time to pull this episode to a close. Join us in part 3 for more fantastic roads, more fantastic scenery, and another fantastic place to stay in Munster Vales. See you then.